welcome to the Clock Hour. I am back again with my friend and your friend, Miss Stacy.
Hello, hi everybody.
How you been?
I'm so good.
Right, seen you at the festivals, the festivities that we've had here in Waterbury, and you're called the Southern Tree now.
Southern Tree, yes. I have a soul food restaurant on Huntington Avenue, 990 Huntington Avenue, and we're right across the street from Route 8? That's Route 8
J-Mart,
right there?
yeah, J-Mart, the Citgo gas station.
Yes, the Sitco. We're in the back, so you got to come all the way to the back.
Right.
But we're there. We're definitely there.
Right. I'm gonna confess something. I know a lot of people don't eat pork, but I had the smothered pork chops the other day, and I had to text you about them. A lot of times, you go out to eat and it be okay,
Right.
but those were on the money.
Thank you.
And
Thank
I'm not
you.
just saying that because you here.
Right, I know
but
that. I know that,
look,
Mom.
most people that know me, I'm straight up. I don't sugarcoat too much.
Right.
But I loved those that meal.
Thank you.
If
Thank
y'all
you.
ever get a chance and y'all do eat pork chops or whatever, the smothered pork chops is money off the chain. Let me ask you a question. How you're not from here, right?
No, I'm not.
So how is it doing business down here for you so far?
So, like now, like right
Period.
now. Okay,
This ain't your first rodeo.
no, it's not. So I used to work at Mama Love's Kitchen, and that's where I first started. And it was very slow. I just wanted. I was like, oh my goodness, should I have done this? I put out a lot of money.
Right.
And I used to own it with another partner of mine, and I had to separate, and I wanted to do my own thing. And so I started with Southern Tree, once again, afraid and not sure of, but you got faith in God. But sometimes even with that, your
Right.
flesh and people, I had a grand opening about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I seen the pastor in there. So
Yes,
your
so-
faith is strong.
Yeah, so Pastor Reeves, I had Marv, I had you,
Right.
I had Warren, I had Bags, a young man that works from Bags. It was just so much love. Even the lady from Double Dutch came out.
Right.
I had so many people that showed me love, and I just want to let y'all know I do not take it for granted.
Right.
I was so emotional. When I feel love like that, I get so emotional. I'm getting emotional right now.
I'm down like, okay, stop
right,
it,
right,
stop
right,
it.
stop.
But
right.
it's that means you care or you have a heart. And one thing, I've been working with you for the past almost 6 months now.
Yeah, 6 months.
And you really want to give back.
Yes,
It's not like you're just taking
Exactly.
from the community, but you're actually out there trying to give back. And y'all will see her at the North End Rec, giving out the candy,
Candy, yes. We
at
definitely gotta
Halloween.
get back.
So you're everywhere, and you
Yes.
know more people than I thought you did.
Right. So what it is, we have this group called the Village, and Marv, you're a part of the
Right,
Village.
right, right.
You came in one night and
Right.
wanted to see what we was talking about, and like I said, I'm only blessed to be a blessing. So
Right.
I want to see my people strive. I want to be able to come out here and help whoever I can help that wants to help, and like I said, I love to cook, I love soul food, but also I like to give back,
Right.
and that's what I'm all about, giving
Right.
back.
Because I got invited by our friend Ronnie, and I said, well, he was like, come on through, I said, well, let me just watch and listen and see what's going on. And I like your intentions. And then come to find out, I knew your son. I had interviewed your son.
Right. I didn't even know. Right. Right.
That was about a year ago.
Right.
And that's what was funny. I was like, I know him.
Right. Right. And he's helping someone else.
Right, he's
You know what I
helping-
mean?
yeah,
So
he was
I
helping
instilled
that
that
kid.
in my kids.
Right.
They love to help.
Right.
So it's not always about, you gotta have something to give something.
Right.
You know, and my thing is, at Mama Loves, I just met so many people. So everything happens for a reason. I
Right.
met Stacy from her time.
Okay. Yep.
I met Ronnie, who's now helping me with my business.
Right.
And all these people are giving me so much love here in Waterbury. And like I said, I'm originally from the Bronx, but the love that I'm getting in Waterbury is like phenomenal, phenomenal.
Because you know what? From me personally, you're genuine.
Right.
If you wasn't genuine, I'd be like, I ain't messing with you.
Right,
But
right,
you know,
right.
you're genuine, and then you're at all the festivities. Because I'm there with you.
Right.
You know, we had a good run this year. We got one more to come.
We
is that
got one
right?
more to come. It's on Monday. We'll be in front of the library downtown. We won't be in Library Park. We'll be
Okay.
in front of the library selling soul food, you know. And my thing is, wherever I go, we never have good soul food. And a lot of them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I put my heart and soul in what I do.
I see.
And I just feel like we need a good soul food spot in Waterbury where you don't have to go to New Haven. You know, I hear a lot of people talk about, oh, New Haven, we got to go
Yeah.
all the way to New Haven. And
Right.
there should be more of us here.
Right. And then, you know what? Even if we come together,
Right.
and like I seen a video, and I guess a business was going out of business.
Right.
This lady, her business was going out of business, and all the people in the community gathered up and went to her business.
Right.
And said, your business is going nowhere.
Right, exactly. And that's the thing. Without the people here,
Right.
I can't do this.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so I appreciate when I say every time I see a customer,
Right.
I do not take it for granted.
Right.
You know, they always say, oh, you know, Waterbury. Nah, they have been showing me nothing but love ever
Right.
since I came to Waterbury. You know, opening up Southern Tree, you know. And
Right. Because
it's
that
just
was a
good
big
feeling.
step.
Yeah.
That was a big step from where you were.
Right, to here,
To
you know.
there, and you know, I support. I used to run around New Haven and get my food from down there too.
Right.
I ain't gonna front, but that's where I was working at. I was working
Right.
down there too, so it was different. But this is easier. That you know, you're down the street from where I live at, so
Right.
I'd be like, man, I don't feel like cooking. Let me see what
Stacy's making, right?
Stacy open.
Right,
See
right,
what
right.
Stacy got. Let me catch it before it's too late.
Right, right. And also, I want to mention Jules. Like,
Yeah.
he's another one that is part of the village that comes out,
Right.
and he's doing a basketball league. I love to be around people that want to help others.
Right.
You know, and it's
Right.
not just about you.
Right.
So, you know, when you start working with people that are like you,
Right.
it just feels so good.
Right,
You know?
because Ronnie brought me and I brought you.
Right, and
'Cause-
Jew is somebody who we did the basketball. We brought
Right.
food out to the basketball. You know,
Yeah.
just helping our community
Right.
grow. You
And
know,
that's what it's easier to do that.
Right.
That way. It's not no push and pull and who's this and who's that. That takes too much energy.
No, it's
man.
too
I
much
feel like,
energy,
man,
and I
come
feel
on.
like one thing I do know, we could have all sat back and did nothing.
Yeah.
I'm retired. You
Me
know,
too.
We're both retired. We
Right.
both worked in a correctional facility.
Right.
I could have sat back and said,
Yeah.
but I can't.
No.
It's not in me. It's not in my heart.
Right.
And
And
we
imagine
gotta-
you sitting still.
Sitting still,
No.
you know what I mean? And
Right.
you could sit home, you get
Right.
your check, and it's like, you know,
Right.
we got to do more than that.
Right. Imagine me sitting still.
Right, exactly.
You know, so and you know what happens is we get so used to doing
Right.
that if something looks doable to us, you'd be like, okay, I could do that.
I can do that, yes.
I could do that. So I had a little phone call this morning about another joint venture. So I'm like, yeah, sure,
Right,
let's go.
exactly. And you know, my thing is the more you do, the universe will give you back. God will give it back to you.
Right.
You know, so I work very, very hard. And
Right.
sometimes I'm like, oh my goodness, why did I?
Right.
But he always shows me the end result
Right.
of, and he knows my heart.
Yeah.
genuinely knows my heart.
Right.
And
'Cause
like
you be on the move.
all the time.
That's why
all
I was
the
like,
time.
well, come on, come on the
Yes.
show and let's talk about Southern Tree and
Right.
let people know you still doing it.
Right.
Even if you're not at the other spot no more,
Right.
you're still out here doing what you do.
Yes,
And then most of the people see us they saw us this
at
year
the festivals, right.
Saw
We
us
did
this year.
we did the Soul Fest, we did
The old school,
the old school
hip hop thing, and
right. We've been doing so many festivals.
then the gathering. We did the gathering.
Which was really, really good, to see
Right.
all different cultures come out.
Right.
And, that's what I love. I like to see all different cultures. But I'm going to be honest right now. I love to see my people come in and enjoy.
Right.
Because it brings me back
Right.
to my grandma. I
Right.
just love being
Right.
black.
And we used to have an Afro Latin festival here.
Right.
It was across the street from the Now, where they
Okay.
have the daycare at.
Okay.
They used to have it over there.
Right.
It was actually pretty big, and then it just disappeared.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We as black people, we don't have the resources. We don't have the resources like other people.
Well-
so we got to use our own money. It's
We
the truth.
do, but
When I say the resources, it's
Yeah.
a lot of things we don't know.
yeah, and you have to be willing to share. Like,
That's
my
it.
biggest
Not
issue
being
was
gatekeepers.
gatekeepers.
Right.
I've had a disdain for them because it does you no good
Not
to
at
hold
all.
on to it. Like, I was in the music game,
Right,
so they wouldn't let me in. I took off.
right.
Certain people let me rock. Certain people didn't. I
Right.
said, I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
So I took off. I hit the highway and went everywhere.
Right.
And that was more gratification than anything, but it did them no justice by holding on to that gate.
This is my thing with that. If I prosper and I can help you, now you
Right.
prosper, you can help someone else.
Right.
But it's like the crabs in the barrel.
Right.
It's going to be fine, everyone. If
Yeah.
you give me information, I can share it with someone else, but they're so scared for somebody else's success before theirs.
And we can all eat.
We can all eat. Like I said, I wish I would see more soul food places out here. But whatever the reason, we don't. I'm just, we can't be gatekeepers. Let's put it
Yeah,
that way. We
you
just
like,
can't
let
do
it
that
go.
because we all can prosper.
Right.
And when you prosper, I prosper, and so on and so forth.
Right.
You know?
Because they know most of the time on social media, I'm doing something, sharing something, and I think I shared the oxtails the
Oh,
other day.
yeah, you sure did.
I
With a
didn't
bite
get-
out of it, right?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to do the pork chops, but I shared the oxtails the other day because that was one of my favorites, and that takes nothing away from there's a Jamaica spot I go to
Right.
for theirs. I went to the other ones for theirs, but it just wasn't there.
Right.
But there was one that I used to go to.
On a regular, right.
Yeah.
Right.
They was like yours.
Right.
So I was like, okay, bet. Now I ain't got to go all the way
All the
across
way
town.
here, right.
get
And
'em
that's
in.
the thing,
But
Even
look,
if something is wrong, see, even like, let's say somebody comes into my restaurant and that makes me better. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
That makes me better. And I feel like every time we don't agree,
Right.
that don't mean I don't care for you.
Right.
And we got to learn how to understand that this is how this world is made up with people that are different.
Right.
We want different.
Right.
So we can disagree today, Marv,
Right.
but I'm still going to love you.
yeah, and that's human.
Right, exactly.
We could sit and talk about everything, and I may not agree.
Right.
But that doesn't mean I got something against you.
Exactly.
I just don't agree with
What you're saying.
What you're saying.
Right,
And
right.
I got love for my people, and I'll do whatever I can to help. my people. But at the same time, if I don't agree with something, I'm really just not the dude
That's gonna
hold
right,
my tongue about it and
right,
be like,
right.
nah, man, nah,
I don't agree.
I don't agree.
And that's the thing with us. We got to stop feeling like, oh, I don't like him because he disagrees with me, or we can have a conversation.
Right, right.
This is what it's about. Learning more and having conversations.
Right, because to be honest, I used to be on submarines. I'm ex-Navy, so I used to be on submarines, and you could be talking to different people and not agree. Where you gonna
Right,
go?
right. Nowhere.
You sitting
Right there with
five,
them every day.
600 feet underwater, and you don't agree.
Right,
Where you gonna go?
right. Nowhere.
Nowhere. So you gotta work that out. Like I remember, short story. We was having a discussion about who's a bigger name, Michael Jackson or Elvis Presley. So the one dude was saying Elvis Presley, and my man was saying Michael Jackson.
Right.
And I heard their point, and I said I agree with the Michael Jackson because he got to go more places than Elvis did.
Right.
And so they got into a scuffle behind that argument.
Wow.
And I'm like, that was
And
crazy.
it makes no sense. We can definitely have conversation without
Right.
being upset. You know what I mean? Or just it's okay, like to
Yeah.
disagree. I have girlfriends of mine
Right.
that I don't agree with every time.
It's impossible.
It's impossible.
Right.
You know,
So,
it's impossible.
I just look at it as, because sometimes I be around here and I run my mouth a little bit, because I don't agree with everything. I'm not the dude that be like, yeah, you the man.
Right.
Or you the woman. No, wait a minute. Just like, with you.
Right.
And my mom said, well, I didn't like this.
Right.
I came back and let
Right,
you know.
right,
and you
right.
was like, okay.
I'm going to fix it.
Right. Where your mom's at?
At Southern Tree.
Where your mom's at?
Right,
You
right.
Marv,
Because
you call your mom.
Right, because with that is, I want to make it right.
And you hit her head on.
Right.
What's she gonna do? Okay. And she came to your grand opening.
Came to my
I call her,
grand
I'm like, what you
opening.
doing? Come on.
She let
let's
me
eat.
know that the food was so good.
Right.
But
And
we
you
can't
call
be-
her.
Right. We cannot be upset when
No.
things don't always go our way.
No, you
or
can't
when
please-
we
that's-
are disagreeing.
Right. You can't
know?
please everybody.
You cannot please everybody. That's one.
Right.
And you can't listen to the naysayers because
Right.
you have to fall on deaf ears and know
Right.
your dream, your vision ain't their vision, and that's okay.
Right. I was
Because
in-
God got us.
I was in food service for umpteen years. And I said, there is no way to make everybody happy.
No, there's
so
no way.
I used to tell them, I worked in food service at the prison.
Right.
I said, look, I'll take 5 complaints.
Right.
If I'm feeding 800 people,
There you go.
I'll take 5 complaints.
Right.
I'll even take 20. That other 780 people
Enjoyed.
are good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I get it all the way. I know exactly
Right.
what you mean because it's like you can't please. That's
No,
just
it's
not going
impossible. People
as
cook
much
different.
as you
Right.
try.
Right.
You can't. I am definitely trying,
Right.
but you're not going to be able.
You have to take trying out of your vocabulary.
Right.
You know why? Because there's certain things that people do good, certain things that you cook good. That's just your thing.
Right.
Certain things like you gotta make an adjustment.
Right.
And food is hard. So with what you're doing, you're winning.
Thank you.
You
Mom.
you take a complaint here, a complaint there,
Right.
and then you make an adjustment. It's not like you ignore them.
Right. Never. I
You
would
take it
never,
head
yeah.
on. Because when I
Right.
talked to you, you was like, what's your mom's number? Okay, I gave you my mom's here, call her.
Exactly. Because I want to hit it head on.
Right.
And I feel like when someone is telling you something,
Right.
that's their opinion.
Right.
but also you want to make it right.
Right.
You try to make it right.
And you made her a friend. She's an
Yes,
ally now.
yes,
So she
yes.
knows I can call Stacy if something ain't right. You know, I'm gonna call.
Absolutely. I want you to
what's their
always,
number?
yes, I always want you to feel free that
Right.
if you don't like something, I
Right.
will not get
Right.
mad. I feel like, I have to improve,
Right.
And then there's going to be some people that's just going to complain anyway.
Right.
And that's in life, period.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking about Southern
No,
Tree.
that's
just
in life.
period,
Right.
But you have genuine people that are going to come to you and talk to you, and I have no problem with
Right.
taking people's opinions or whatever, you know what I mean? But like I said, I'm here to please.
And you're winning.
And
like
I
said,
thank
you're
God
winning.
for everything. And believe me when I tell y'all, I don't take anything for granted. I am so blessed and favored, and I'm just here to really give our soul food. Macaroni and cheese, our
Right.
potato salad.
Right.
We had the other day, we had the salmon croquettes with
Y'all did?
this is stuff that my grandma used to make for us,
And you know what's funny too? At the festival, you'll see a couple people, and then at a certain time, the line will pick up.
Yes.
And then they be looking. You got more fish. You got more fish. You got
Right.
more fish.
You know that, Marv, because Marv is the one that was cooking our fish and our shrimp.
Where all these people coming
from, Yes, and we was running out.
We was running out
yes,
and everything.
Yes, we definitely was.
And it was more personal.
Yes.
Because people, they knew, hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Hey, and we was there.
Marv, let me just say this.
Uh-huh.
It seemed like you know everybody in Waterbury because they would stop. Hey, Marv, let me get a plate. You know what I mean?
You know what? Most of us went to school together.
Okay.
Or you got a couple of churches, Grace Baptist and Zion Baptist, right? So back when we were kids, most of us went. Some of us went to Grace and some of us went to Zion. Then we
Baptist.
end up going to, there was a couple of schools. Wash, Driggs, Slocum. Mm-hmm. Those were grammar schools.
Okay.
And Sprague was way on the other side of town where you're at.
Okay.
Right? Then we went to North End, Wallace, and West Side.
So that was the junior high, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
North End, Wallace, and West Side.
Okay.
Most of us went to those three schools and know each other.
Right.
And then we went to the high schools, Wilby, Crosby, Kennedy.
Okay.
Wilby was when I was in school, was one of the popular high schools.
Okay.
So we all went to school together,
Right.
and then we all worked together.
So it's like they grew up together.
Yeah, we grew up
Yes.
together. That's why when people say they don't get along with certain people, I be like, you lived around the corner from this person for decades.
Right.
You know?
And it's like I said, we gotta sometimes take your ego. Ego
Yeah.
is the enemy. And we gotta push it to the side. You know what I mean?
Some people misconstrue confidence with arrogance.
Right.
And confidence is not arrogance. It's not.
It's not.
Even when you look up the definition, confidence is like a self-building,
Absolutely.
self-motivating, and then you take the arrogant thing, that's
a whole different story. Yeah.
Takes you in a different direction. So, I used to be a recruiter around here.
Oh, you was? Okay.
Yeah, for the Navy.
Okay.
So I used to tell them, it's like, we saw you in the paper. I said, yeah, I'm running for mayor.
You running from there.
I was playing, but it was self-confidence builder.
Yes.
You get here and the Navy tells you you're part of the top 10 in the Navy. So they handpick you to do it.
Right.
And a captain picked me.
To do it.
Yeah.
But that's what I say about life.
Mm-hmm.
Every step of the way, God is just putting certain things there. You don't know why at the time. Like I said, I worked in correction. I dealt with so many different personalities. So many, and I work with the women.
Right.
So we emotional. We got things going on. We're mothers, and to take you said you worked in the correctional facility too, and you work with females. It takes a special kind of man to work with females. You know what I mean?
I was glad that I shook off that that nonsense.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't have been able to work in there in my 20s.
Right.
I was thirsty. I couldn't
Right,
do it.
right,
And they were,
right.
you know, but you know what was an eye opener? When I had to pick a young lady up from the hospital after she had a baby.
Right.
And she cried so pitifully. I'll never forget it. And just cried and cried and cried. She had to leave her baby. Her family
That's
was
so
coming
hard.
to
It's
get
so
the
hard,
baby,
yes.
but just, I'm wheeling her out in the chair. And
I've seen that so many times.
she's leaving the baby. You know, every day, I worked 5 days a week. Every day I would see that lady, she had to show me a picture of that baby.
Because you wanted to, you was concerned.
Yeah,
'Cause
that
you
hurt
have a
me.
heart, yes, because it's, you know, like I said, I've seen so many times,
Right.
Marv, where they're shackled or they're on the bed. You know, they
Right.
stopped that now.
They stopped
but-
the-
yeah, they
the-
stopped
yeah.
it when you go into
Where's she
hospital.
gonna go?
Right. So they stopped that now, but so many mothers had their baby take. I could not even imagine how that would feel. But like I said,
You know, and I did it once. No, I did it twice. And, you know, we men,
right?
no.
No. You're gonna, no.
Look,
When you
that's
see
all
something
I'm
like
gonna
that,
say.
it's no.
No,
No,
you know,
no.
And you know, you look at it and you tell people what it's like. You try to explain to people what it's like. You can't.
You can't.
This is a whole nother show.
Oh yeah, that's
you
another
gotta
show.
come back.
I will. You
Look,
know, I'll
you
come
gotta
back for
come
you.
back, but
For you, I will
look,
definitely come
because
back.
this is a whole nother show. You
Yes.
were there.
I was there. I was right
So
there. That's
that's
I
a
can
whole
tell
nother
you. That's
show.
another show. But we
because
can do that
these young
show.
ladies are still going to jail.
Right, and we gotta let them know what's going. And like you said, gatekeeping. We need to let our people know.
Right.
We need to
But-
really let our people know
Right.
what's going on.
As always, I thank you for coming out.
Oh, I will always be here for you,
We're going
Marv.
to keep this Southern
Yes,
Tree going.
Southern Tree.
And y'all go over there. What's the address
So the
again?
address is 990 Huntingdon Avenue. It's right in the Sitco,
Yep.
right before you get on Route 8.
Right.
You can make, if you're coming from, what is that? Bank of America, you make a left. If you're coming from the other way, you make a right.
Right.
We're in the back, and we're here to serve you some good soul food. Hopefully you don't have to go to New Haven.
Right.
And we're there to give you good service and good food.
Right. And people, if you're from Waterbury, you know, on your way to Fairmont, on your way from Fairmont, y'all know where Fairmont is. This is the Sitco gas station over there. Turn into there, it's in the back of it.
Yep. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Waterbury. Y'all been supporting me, coming out, and thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
For the people, by the people, about the people. Holla.